Alright, the new video that I'm working on is taking way too long for my liking, so I'm gonna put out this as a way to hold myself over for that. Shinsuke Nakamura this past weekend at Survivor Series captured the United States Championship by defeating LA Knight. And oh boy, did this absolutely piss some people off. In my eyes, I saw this as the right decision. For starters, let's take a look at how Shinsuke came back. Shinsuke came back around 2 weeks ago by attacking LA Knight after a match of his, and he came back looking completely different. He had this whole Anakin Skywalker vibe going on, and it was pretty great, if I do say so myself. Then the following week, he's on SmackDown, and he beats Andrade in a pretty decent match. And for some reason, people thought that this was a bad idea. People are so quick to hate on Shinsuke Nakamura so fast that they completely forget how wrestling works in the first place. Tell me some. Why the hell would Shinsuke Nakamura lose a match after it was announced that he had a title match the next day at the pay-per-view? It makes absolutely no sense for a man who has a title match the next day to lose to someone who has nothing to do with that title match. Yes, Andrade is in the mid-card, but it still makes no sense. And then we fast forward to the next day at the pay-per-view, Shinsuke Nakamura versus LA Knight, a match that was nothing really to write home about, but it was okay for what it was. If the Andrade match was the Crash Out Part 1, this is the Crash Out Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. You got people over here wondering, oh my god, but Andrade and Mello, they carried your mid-card. They carried your SmackDown mid-card. Why wouldn't you reward them? You want to know why they didn't get rewarded right away? What I'm fairly certain is going to happen is Shinsuke is going to lose this title either to LA Knight again, which would be dull, or he is going to lose it to Andrade, which would absolutely cause another crowd to crash out because they seriously want to believe that Andrade is being wasted in WWE, but that is not the case. You want to know who got wasted in WWE? Shinsuke Nakamura. When they had the opportunity to, this company never put a world title on him, and Shinsuke wasn't just gonna keep losing forever. You wanna know the last time Shinsuke got a win? February of this year. You wanna know the last time that Shinsuke Nakamura won a title? 2 years ago. 2 whole years ago in 2022. And it was King Nakamura and Rick Boogs was with him. And I don't know where this narrative that Shinsuke Nakamura is washed came from, but it's a fucking bullshit narrative. Whenever people try to spin this as such, there's nothing that they can point to. There's nothing, not one thing that they can point to that says, oh, this is the moment I realized that Shinsuke is washed. They just say, oh, he wasn't good enough over the years. Let me tell you something. You never thought the booking took place in any of this thinking? You know the kind of man that was booking this man for the majority of his main roster career? This is a guy who took a look at Shinsuke botching his usual suplex against John Cena that John admitted was his fault and said, no, you're not getting a WWE Championship anytime soon. And you know who he was losing to in these WWE Championship matches? Jinder fucking Mahal. It's not Shinsuke's fault for anything bad that has happened to his main roster WWE career. And he absolutely 100% deserves this US title win. He needed it if he wanted to have any sort of credibility after the way that he's been booked as of late. And again, these people, seriously, you really thought that Shinsuke was gonna come back with this presentation and lose? I made a video on this way back then on my other channel before this channel was even conceived, and I heavily criticized the fact that they brought in new ideas with Shinsuke only for him to lose against Seth Rollins. They learned from their mistakes, even upped his presentation a little, and gave him the win that he deserved. Whether you like it or not, it is Shinsuke Nakamura who is your United States champion, and I don't care if it lasts 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year, you will live with it until it ends. Oh my god. Wrestling fans get me so riled up. New video with actually the amount of effort that I wanted to have coming soon. I'll see you then. Take care.